In this tutorial, we'll briefly discuss a few ways to brainstorm search terms. The first step is to identify the main words or concepts in your research question, because these will serve as your search terms starting out. Let's take a look at our research question. In this question, the main concepts include culturally relevant pedagogy, teacher education, and United States. Now that we've identified our main concepts, we can begin to brainstorm synonyms or related terms other authors might use to describe this topic. So for culturally relevant pedagogy, I thought I might also search for culturally relevant teaching, because I've seen that phrase used. And for teacher education, I also thought of teacher preparation. I'm not going to add a location term to my searches right away, but if it turns out I'm getting too many results or they're from locations all over, I might consider using an even more specific term like California. Now that I have a preliminary list of terms, I need to run some searches to first determine if these terms return relevant results, and second, to identify other search terms which might be useful to try in future searches. I will start by running a broad search without using any special syntax, and I'm going to use the advanced search page of Fast Search. So here I've entered my two main concepts or terms, culturally relevant pedagogy and teacher education, and now I'll run this search so I can review some of the results. Remember that you can use the search filters on the left side of the screen to narrow your results down as needed. For now, I'm only going to limit to peer-reviewed journal articles. Keep an eye on the number of results you return. If it is high, you likely need to use filters or add in more search terms to make your search more specific. If it is low, your search terms or strategy might already be too specific, so you might need to consider ways to broaden it. Now that I've run this initial search, I'm going to scroll through these results, looking at titles and abstracts to see how my search terms functioned and think of ways I could improve the search. When you see a potentially relevant result, such as number 14 here, use the abstract or preview function to view details about the work. In Fast Search, this function is called preview. In some databases, you might see words like abstract or details, but they're each meant to allow you to learn more about the article. What's helpful is to read the abstract, as you can often identify language that might be helpful to use in searches. And down below the abstract, keep scrolling through the details and you'll see the subject terms assigned to the article. In this example, I searched using the phrase teacher education, but I can see in the subject terms area of this article, they use one called pre-service teacher education. I'm going to add pre-service teachers to my list of terms because that might help me find more results that are also relevant. If you see results which are not relevant, pause to ask yourself why they are not relevant. Determining what makes a source irrelevant to you will help you strategize ways to refine your search further to target what you need. For example, result number 37 is not relevant to my research. When I examine the title and look through the abstract, I determined first that I'm not interested in physical education, and second, that this article focuses on the high school environment, whereas I really want to focus on teacher education or teacher preparation programs. As you scroll through results, keep in mind that there is rarely a single source which has everything you need. Particularly with complex research topics, you'll find that you need to break your research topic down into multiple questions and run multiple searches and iterations to find what you need. As a final quick tip, when searching in some databases, you will notice a tool called a Thesaurus. This is a tool meant to help you look up or discover subject terms. We won't go into depth here, but you can consult the library's help materials or reach out to a librarian to learn more about how to use this tool. And this concludes our brainstorming search terms tutorial.